Welcome to part 5 of the Viking web traffic series. In this video I'm going to talk about how to get traffic from articles. This is a free method that will give you both repeat and new traffic. If you are producing and distributing your own branded reprint articles right now, what are you waiting for? Articles meet a number of important business objectives and they do it for free. The concept of using articles is similar to that of creating a free product. The main difference is that you're not giving away a pre-built product. Rather, you're creating a free information source through an article on a particular subject that should directly relate to the content found within your site. The beauty part of using articles is that you can generate and submit as many of them as you can to as many different article directories as you can find that offer free submission. A well-written article earns you major credibility points. It enhances your expertise in the eyes of potential customers. Articles give you a chance to shine and really show off the fact that you know your stuff. Articles are also super traffic building tools. Each article that you write and distribute while granting others the right to reprint it has a viral effect on your traffic. Your reach is expanded into corners of the web you may never have discovered on your own. Articles have a snowballing effect on your link popularity and on the number of keywords that pull up your site in the search engine listings. If you can't write a complete sentence to save your life, or if you're simply too busy to write, don't worry. You can hire a ghostwriter to produce your content on the cheap. There are plenty of hungry freelancers to be found at places like Elance. Beyond that, you can use private label articles and content to make the process even easier. A word of caution though, some article directories are now putting actions in place that will stop duplicate article submissions, which is a bad thing for private label articles. Although it doesn't have to be. You could do some minimal changes to them and have a somewhat different article. My advice is that you make some major changes to the articles before you even think about submitting them. And by major I mean adding to them, rearranging information in them, combining a couple of articles on the same subject matter, or even removing some of the content. The best way to be sure your private label articles, if you decide to make use of them, is to add more content to them that is relevant to the overall article itself. A few good places to pick up some high quality private label articles are Info Go Round, Push Button Health, Niche Empire and Content Goldmine. At this moment I'm not sure if all of them are accepting new members, but they should have a waiting list at least, so I urge you to check them out. Understand that the private label articles will require a bit of work on your part to turn them into original works. Take this small snippet of text as an example of a private label article. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. Seems fine, but what if you have 35 people submitting the exact same thing into the exact same article directory? Then you have a problem. To be sure that your articles are going to be accepted within each article directory, you will need to make some changes to the bulk of the articles, like this. The sly tan fox hurriedly leaped over the sleeping dog. See? Not that difficult, right? The story being conveyed in both of the above examples is the same. It is the way in which it is conveyed that makes them different. You want to make your article as different as you possibly can using your own style of writing so that acceptance into the article directories is ensured. In fact, you could even add more to the article itself to really make it stand apart. Maybe you have a different angle of looking at things than the original author did. Put it to use and put it in the article. Be sure though that if you're adding more to an already written article, that you keep the natural flow going place your additions in the appropriate places. For instance, the sly tan fox hurriedly leaped over the sleeping dog. He was searching for secure shelter inside the barn from the ferocious beast. In contrast, this wouldn't make much sense. The sly tan fox hurriedly leaped over the sleeping dog. He was hunting for some food. That second example should leave you scratching your head. It doesn't really tell you anything that would tie in with the natural flow of the sentence before it. That's what you should be shooting for when you are adding more content to a private label article. When you submit an article to a directory, it's important that it has some specific meaning to the content provided by your own website. Then you can slip your link into it seamlessly and have a better chance of generating more traffic. And the more articles you submit to different article directory databases, the more chances you have of getting higher rates of traffic into your website. One last thing to really be sure your articles get placed inside the directories you submit them to is to write up your own original articles. Not only that, you could also post them directly onto your website and offer your site visitors the opportunity to reprint them for free on their own websites. Don't forget to include a link back to your own site inside the resource box that is placed directly at the end of the article, which I'll be explaining to you in just a few moments. You can also include a link from your name in the written by area that goes right to your website too. Don't be afraid to use all the available advertising space you can from within your articles. The more you use, the better chance you have of getting that traffic to your website. Now here's a crucial element. There is one thing you must include with every article you release, and that is a byline. Go take a quick peek at any of the articles at ezinearticles.com and you'll see each author's byline at the bottom of the page. You'll sometimes hear people refer to the byline as a resource box. They're both the same thing, but I think the phrase resource box describes the content with more accuracy. Your resource box contains a very brief summary of your business history and areas of expertise, along with related resources like a link to your site or your autoresponder address. This resource box is your ACE card. You grant other web publishers the right to reprint and distribute your article at will on the condition that your resource box remains intact and unchanged. So your link travels with your article everywhere it goes. Here's a quick example of a good resource box. John Doe is an accomplished publisher of original recipes for easy dinner ideas. He has been successfully tempting the palates of many discriminant tastes for more than 10 years. John has a delectable site set up where you can find more of his delicious recipes at johndoesrecipes.com. You can contact John directly if you have been searching in vain for just the perfect recipes at johndoe@johndoesrecipes.com. Remember, the above is just an example. You should write your resource box up as if you were writing it about someone else, not yourself, as in the third person perspective. One last thing to really be sure your articles get placed inside the directories you submit them to is to write up your own original articles. The only limitation to using articles as promotional tools is how many topics you can dream up. If you're prolific, you can write an article to suit most every need, be it pre-selling your product, building your credibility, or even promoting an affiliate product. One of the easiest and most effective ways to market your articles is by using the service of article submission sites like submityourarticles.com and articlemarketer.com. These submit your articles for you to thousands of article directories and sites so you can free up your time to concentrate on your business. Okay, That's all for this video, and I hope to see you in the next video, where I'll be talking about how to get web traffic from banners. See you in the next video. Bye.